and I want to share with you a mighty work that Jehovah just arranged to help Israel, not all, but a lot. And I'm going to explain it to you immediately, okay? No beating around the bush. Syria neighbors Israel. When they previously in the old days would fight with Syria, I would hear the bombs going off, okay? And I'd feel it because the force is close. Okay, Syria has Turkey fighting in it, ISIS fighting in it, Kurds fighting against Turkey predominantly, and I don't think Assad likes them either. And America's in Syria fighting. And there's forces that America seems to like that are opposing Bashar Assad. And they're substantial, okay? And they have just announced that if Hezbollah, who is in Syria, starts, and the other groups start fighting against Israel, they have mobilized their forces, Muslims usually, and they will attack Hezbollah with extreme vigor. In other words, a full scale, everything they got, they're going to go after Hezbollah. Why? Because they see this as a golden opportunity to get rid of Hezbollah. They hate Hezbollah. There's more coming up in Lebanon. Wait for it. And they're mobilized to get Hezbollah. Now, the beauty of this is they're in Syria, right where Hezbollah is. So imagine a front line Hezbollah fighting Israel, and they're behind Hezbollah, shooting him in the back. Now, these are people that are going to fight as Muslim jihadists, okay? And they're going to be vicious. Now, far be it from me to say that the Americans and Israelis are behind this and helping this, but it sure looks that way. Okay? Now, this is a wild card for Hezbollah that happens hours before the Hezbollah. Parts of the Lebanese government also want to fight against Hezbollah. They don't want to find what happens when Israel drops 3,000 or 4,000 bombs or more, plus missiles, plus artillery, plus an invasion in Lebanon. They don't want it. So they're also at the back of Hezbollah, ready to kill Hezbollah. This is only Jehovah. This is ironic. And the timing is perfect. Could this be Damascus turned into a ruinous heap? It could be. It could be. That's in Syria, Damascus. Okay? Now, Blinken came here with Jack Lew, L-E-W, the new ambassador from America to Israel. And I'm beginning to get the impression as follows, that this talk of the two-state solution is shuck and jive. Biden knows Israel by no means is going to reproduce Gaza in the West Bank because it'll be 5 or 10 times worse. So he's reciting the party line to make the Iranians and the Hezbollah, Hamas, and Gaza and all them think that he really wants to put a heavy hand on Israel with a two-state solution. Biden is saying it too many times, okay? Biden's not that smart. It's not. I don't think it's serious. Israel certainly wouldn't do it, and he knows that. And he's not. In the middle of this, right after the October 7th mini Holocaust, do you think he's going to, come on. He's scared. Biden doesn't know what to do now. He's scared. He brought all his naval vessels and forces here, helped Israel with weapons, and wanted to see everybody cower and back down from him. He doesn't understand that just a show of force means nothing to these people because they don't think he's going to do it, because they have possibly sleeper agents in America or whatever reason. They think Biden doesn't want to do it. He's just bluffing. So Biden's between a rock and a hard plate. He could give in to the bluff and start closing his 30 or so bases in the Middle East and pull out. they'll still attack him, probably even faster, because that will be interpreted as fear, and they will push forward on him. That's how they think. Iran too, and China and Russia are just, and North Korea and Iran are just waiting for the golden moment to hit America in the homeland. They can pick off, Russia can pick off Europe, and China could pick off the other countries after they get rid of America, and they can come back and finish off Israel. America is the problem. So if America's stretched out too thin, boom, they attack her in home and get rid of her, cut the head off the snake as they see it. Okay? So this is really, really, really a massive problem for Hezbollah. Okay? And Bashar Assad. And he's a dumbbell. Okay? He inherited this country as the family business from his father, Syria. Not too smart, all right? The Lebanon, they got that lunatic Nasrallah running around, and the Lebanese government is weak, but they've been repeatedly since October 7th saying, we don't want a war, we don't have a war, we don't know what to do. So now rebel forces that are, well, jihadist-type terrorists are rising up in Lebanon, and they want to get rid of Hezbollah. See, Hezbollah is well hated amongst the Muslims. Okay? Hezbollah is not that strong. They probably got maybe 75,000 soldiers, half regulars, half reserves, funded by Iran. They have some seats in the Lebanese parliament, and they push the government around. They're not the controlling party or anything like that. Lebanon has a lot of Catholics and Christians that don't particularly care to take Hezbollah's side and go around murdering countries that didn't do anything to them. Okay? You know, Israel's, the problem with these terrorist groups is that Israel is guilty of being Jewish in the Holy Land, not being Muslim. So they want to get rid of Israel. Israel didn't do anything to them. They want to get rid of Israel. So the Lebanese don't want it. So now Lebanon is getting scared, and people are saying, this is our golden moment. This is the snare that Hezbollah walked into. We can stab them in the back while they're trying to kill Israel. This is an amazing development. So Hezbollah is going to be fighting in their own country their other Muslim enemies at the same time as Israel is bombing the daylights out of them and advancing with tanks and mobile artillery and armored personnel carriers and Apache attack helicopters and jets pushing into Lebanon. And they're going to have these enemies of theirs at their back. So in my opinion, this just changed the whole landscape. This all happened like today or last night. This is an amazing development, and I don't know what will happen. Iran sees the forces in Syria that it pays and controls and in Lebanon as nothing more than, pawns on the chessboard or throwaway assets or cannon fodder, pick your terminology. And they don't care. They'll push to proceed anyway, but they're not going to do well. Now, what kind of help will America and Israel give these forces opposing Hezbollah? Well, they're probably never going to disclose it, but I imagine it's going to be pretty strong, minimally reconnaissance information, intelligence information, and they possibly may try arming them with better weapons. You see that the 70 ships from different countries, including America, with multiple aircraft carriers coming down here is not to take out Houthis and Hezbollah, and we're handling Hamas, so it's not for that. Maybe one aircraft carrier group would be, with 4, 5, or 6 escort vessels. That would be it. Okay, this is way too much. This is to handle Iran. Okay, and that's the true goal. They're trying to provoke Iran into a fight, and they did it, and now they want to run away, or they don't want to do it. They got cold feet. They got scared. So Blinken coming down here, the cover story is to get Israel to do some ceasefire or small ceasefire to help get hostages out. Well, if they want Israel to do an 8-hour ceasefire for hostages to traverse out of Gaza, they'll probably get it. That's going to be irrelevant to the war. If Hamas breaks the ceasefire, the first bullet they fire will end the ceasefire. If Blinken's going to want a 3 or 5 day ceasefire, he's not going to get it. He's not even going to get a 24-hour. I'm not so sure that's exactly why Blinken came here. I think Blinken has a whole other agenda. And he's saying the things that Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the other radical groups causing this war want to hear. Oh, we'll have a ceasefire. We'll make them bring fuel in. Okay, Israel will allow fuel in, and you'll get more fuel so you can run your generators. Look, we have photo evidence. They've got enough fuel to probably run for months. If it doesn't mean anything. If we gave them fuel, we didn't give them fuel. I don't believe we're going to give them fuel. It doesn't mean anything. And all this is happening right now when we have Gaza cut in two and Gaza City is surrounded, and that's where the heart of Hamas is. It's a slow death from here on in for Hamas. And if Jehovah works, it won't be such a slow death. And remember, there's radical things that Israel can always do, okay? They could find one tunnel entrance, bring 5 or 10 gasoline tankers, the things you use to fill up the service station. They got 10,000 gallons each. Drill into one of the tunnels, which is easy to do and take a few hours at most. They could bring excavators, okay, and bulldozers and cranes and stuff and just get the land out of there in a matter of hours. We have armored construction equipment for things like this, working near the Gaza fence, for instance, okay? And you get down to the tunnel and you just use some sort of big drill they use to go through rocks when they dig for oil and make a nice, 6 or 8 inch hole or whatever you need into the tunnel and put a half, 50 or 75,000 gallons down there. The fumes will knock them out. The fumes will go through that tunnel for, 2, 3, 4 miles. Fairly immediately, over 24 hours, it'll probably permeate the whole place. How are they going to contain the gas? You think they got pumps and they're going to pump it out? You think? No. They got to be fearful because any of their radios can cause a spark. Any of their electrical apparatus, like the generators, can cause a spark, a fan, a light, anything. And they're gone. So if Israel wants to walk away, if America wants to walk away from Israel, Israel's not going to sit there and say, well, we don't want to lose, 1,800 soldiers. This idiot. These guys massacred us, and they're verbally promising to do it again and again and again. So the gloves are off. Just start with the gas. And what if they dig 4 or 5 holes separated a few miles apart and put 50, 75,000 gallons of gas down? You don't need gas. You can use kerosene, turpentine, benzene, lighter fluid, charcoal lighter fluid for barbecues, anything. But gas is the most convenient. You could use aviation fuel even for better effect, not that you need it. Diesel, no. You got to have real gas. And all they got to do is have a soldier down there smoking a Marlboro, and they give him the green light, and he flicks the Marlboro down the hole, and that's it. The Gaza Tunnel network is gone in 30 seconds. They burned us alive. You got to understand that any country that's surrounded by people that are going to put babies in an oven and cook them alive. Yeah, there's documentation of that on the internet. I have it on my Telegram. Okay, they took children and mothers and tied them together with wire and burned them alive. You think we're going to let them come into our country? You know, it's simple logic. If we filled them up with, you know, 400,000 or 500,000 gallons of gasoline, okay, forget bunker buster bombs. Why? Why bother? We have enough troops to protect those excavators digging them out, digging down to the tunnel, and then good luck with that. What kind of equipment are they going to use? Hand shovels? What if they scrape the shovel against the concrete and it makes a spark? Good night. They have no solution for this. You think we don't have gasoline trucks? I'm just giving you a very crude, basic example, okay? That's if America pulls out. We can end it in one day. Do you understand this? One afternoon, the tunnels in Gaza are over. It's the year of recompenses. It's also the year of redemption, same year. They're getting paid back. What they did to us, it's payback. They don't have a get out of jail free card. The Hosea 6, 1 and 2, 2,000 years is over. Just do it. That's the end of it. Now, Biden would scream, "Hey, you're crazy. I got to get out of here. I can't talk to you anymore. I'm changing my phone number. Everybody's going to go crazy. You're burning them alive." You know. You think Israel's going to rather say, okay, we'll let them come in here and burn our children alive again, and our women rape them repeatedly over and over and over till they're dead, cut their heads off with dull knives, put us in ovens alive? You think that we're going to put up with that? Do you think we're not powerful enough to do that? You understand? Okay. So I don't think Blinken is here for what he says he's here. Oh, they might work out some kind of alibi story with Netanyahu where he suspends the fighting with a ceasefire, which they have to agree to for 12 hours to get some hostages out. But I think this is a much deeper thing. The goal of America being here is Iran. They had that thing passed in Congress that said they could do whatever they have to do. The president could do whatever he has to do to stop Iran from being a nuclear power, getting nuclear bombs. The government passed it. The Congress passed it. Biden's got the license. He's here for Iran. He's not especially fond of the idea of seeing Israel get run over because that makes life very, very difficult for America. But he's here for Iran. Iran is the one funding and equipping the groups that have attacked. Yesterday was 27 times. It's probably 29 or 30 times now. The American bases in Iraq and Syria. It's these crazy terrorists in Iraq that said they're next week, which I don't know if that means the Muslims have a Shabbat from Thursday night to Friday night. So I think their next week starts Friday night, which is tonight. They're going to kill the Americans. They're not just going to shoot mortars and rockets. They're going to attack the bases, storm the Alamo, right? And kill the American soldiers. Now, let me tell you what that means, okay? If they can do it. And I don't know if they can or they can't, but I do know that they can try, and will they have the guts to try it? I'd go 99%, okay? If they capture American soldiers, especially women soldiers, if they have any over there, it's horrific what they'll do. Regular soldiers, they're going to play the hostage game that Hamas did, okay? Because it works on Biden. I want to cease fire to get the hostage. So they'll take hostages if they can get them. If they can get them, okay? Now, there's bound to be a lot of dead terrorists storming American bases. And there's bound to be a lot of dead Americans. They're going to use a lot of mortars, a lot of missiles, a lot of rockets, okay? And then they're going to charge. And America's got air support and all that. Yeah, we know the whole story. But you're dealing with fanatics. So who's the head of the snake from Biden's White House chair? Iran. And nothing's going to stop unless he cuts the head off of the snake for him, which is Iran. And that's the game here, okay? That's the game being played here. Nothing but. And I don't think Biden's going to want to walk home empty-handed. He's scared now. He's very scared because everybody's defying him. But I think he's going to move forward, and I don't think the Blinken story is real. I mean, it's real. They said it. It's not false news, but I don't think that's why he came over here. He came over here to give Israel reassurances and wants Israel's cooperation in something. Now, it was said in the news that America already transferred $14 billion of aid to Israel, which is odd because I don't know why they would have sent money. If they do send money, they stipulate that America has to buy the weapons only from America. But it turns out the truth of the matter was the House approved it, but the Senate has not. And the Senate is moving in a direction where if the Congress doesn't approve aid to Ukraine and Israel at the same time, they won't pass it, which means to me they'll just wind up giving the aid to Ukraine, but it's delaying it. Okay? So this is a monumental development, and I can only attribute this to Jehovah. It is just too wild to be otherwise. Okay, this is what you call stranger than fiction. And it's become a house divided unto itself. The enemies of Israel are dividing against themselves. Is that not how Jehovah works? I close on that. And I send you my Shabbat Shalom to all those who love Yeshua HaMashiach. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell so when I come on like this unexpectedly with big news, you'll get a notice and you could check it out. Now, they only send notices out for one channel 3 times every 24 hours. So if you start, this is the second one. If you see a third one, then you might want to check the channel every so often to see what's developing. Now, if you want to follow the war more closely, get on my Telegram. It's free. The app is Telegram Messenger. It's free. It's all free, over free, with free, in free, free. Okay? 700 million members. It's encrypted, no censorship. And I have over 600 members. We've never had any problems, nothing. You download the app, Telegram Messenger, send me an email, and just put Telegram in the subject header, and I'll send you the invite link. Okay? And then you click on the invite link after you install the app, and you're in. It takes 2 seconds. I got videos there. I got pictures there. I have my commentaries to the news, and I update it at least 100 times a day, maybe 200 or 300 on a big day. So you're getting updates all the time, okay? I'm knocking myself out to cover this, but I'm okay. I'm not that bad. I'm doing all right. I'm sleeping good. So it's a lot of hard work, and I do get knocked out sometimes. I'm old. Okay, so Telegram's where you want to be if you really want to see what's going on with the videos, the pictures, and everything else. And so my email address is in the lowest line down of the description box under the video. It's israelgiving with the number 7 at gmail.com. Israelgiving with the number 7 at gmail.com. And I have a habit of inserting a lot of Bible prophecy with the news. Some of you will like that. Prophecy with the news. Some of you will like that. And that's it. I'm out. If I could find the button. There we go.